Pleasant Sunday to all viewers. Welcome to Macmillion Movies. Please tell everyone we are live here with director Paul S. Wilo, award-winning director Paul S. Wilo from Zambia, and award-winning director Uche from Nigeria. All right.
Hello. Okay.
River, calling, beating. I am moving, oh. Yeah, river, it's flowing, it is moving, it is taking me where I should go. Flow, imi mana, flow, imi mana, chakres. Taking me where I should go.
Spirits of Yambezi, starring award-winning actress Samantha Zulu. Coming soon. Watch more on YouTube.
That tree is beautiful. Yeah, damn.
I'm tired.
For a long time. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for staying long for us to witness you today. You have so many choices to dry up, be gone. As if anyone told you you are a wonder. Thank you for the love. Yeah. Yeah, it's the legacy we done. Yes, thank you. Amen. Cheers. Cheers up there. You can go again the ball if you don't go.
This is so fun. I'm entering the Nombele decade, bro. You end
From Banshee. Me, I'm wearing white. I can't. No, there's nothing. Then you find the snake. Our tour guides.
literally, this is a den.
Our tour guides.
Let's go ahead, Ali.
If you can fit, then I can fit. Check first.
Okay, let's go.
Can you take a video with?
Get out.
Go down. Bro.
Some pots here, some beads.
So there's the book from this side.
No, they were not cooking. It was just like a
it's
meeting place, like a conference room.
This is amazing.
Wow. A
Wait,
tree
I'm
can be this
inside
big.
Ngombe.
So now
This is very
you
nice.
can go outside and come out from there.
Jesus.
But isn't that small?
You can pass.
Me, I can pass.
Because you
Let's
can
go.
pass there.
Oh, take a video.
Give Moisa.
Go passing.
We needed a video from the inside.
I've taken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just wait. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Let me get a picture of you.
No, let me start.
One for the gram.
How do I go?
This is pounding. Looks stressful, doesn't it? But no, if you're in the Tonga culture, you would enjoy this, for they do not only focus on the work, but they do it with love, effort, and they also sing and dance while they're doing it. Check this out.
Wonderful one. Can I be Can I want it like this? Not.
This is so cool, huh? Anyways, let's move on. Imagine on a long morning and you want some oats and then power just cuts. Well, I have a solution for you. Our mommy here is actually creating some porridge with finger millet from scratch. All you need is a rock, a flat surface, and some finger millet, and you create this smooth instant porridge and put in some sugar. So if you're having a bad morning, you're not gonna stay hungry with the Tonga people. That was tasty. Anyways, don't forget that our new short film is coming up, written by Paul Wilo, Patrick Shumba, an adaptation of Monkey Business by Dr. Sherry Tom. Bye now.
Okay, stop sharing too soon. So, welcome back, viewers. Today we have two African directors representing two countries, and we have an unforgettable filmmaking challenge that starts today. My name is Dr. Sherry Tomlin. I hope everyone can see me. I don't have a backlight today, but oh, we have several people joining us. Welcome. So Nigeria meets Zambia, and we call this East meets West. And the directors are here to tell their stories about their filming experience in a remote area. And may the best director win. There's a prize for today. So we'll allow them to tell their story. The audience will decide. We do have a final judge in case there's a tie and we need to break the tie. We have our wonderful Stephen Banda here with us. And this is Battle of the Directors. Let's get started. So we flipped a coin. Director Paul Wilo won the coin tossed. So you get to go first. We just watched your clips from your filming out in Chirundu, Zambia. tell us what that was like and why you should win the prize today.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you very much for having me. And it's actually south meet west because we are in the southern part of Africa. So yeah, so it's south meet west. Well, why should I win the prize? I think over just shooting in Zambia itself is challenging enough for me to win the prize. Already just shooting in this country is already a challenge on its own. But overall, I think it is the experiences that we had while we were location scouting before even the shoot started. There were already so many challenges. And the first one being that the time that we were doing location scouting in the caves, I got beaten by 100 bees. I got attacked by bees and I fell from the cave, rolling over from the top of the mountain cave until down, and the bees were on me. I literally broke my ankle, my hand, my face was swollen for like 7 days. You know, it was a crazy experience heading to the shoot. The second one was when we went to scout again for location, and we went to the gorge. When we were scouting for the locations, I think what happened was I fell from the there's like what we call a 26 gorge in Livingstone. It's a steep going down, so it's like literally probably just past the edges of the mountain.
Director Paul, I need to interrupt you because what you're telling us is what we want to hear for the next challenge, where we hear how the directors were injured and who had the worst injury. So save that story for next week's challenge. So
okay.
Sounds to me like you're going to win that prize. But anyway, we're going back to the worst experience you had filming Spirits of Yambezi, a short film.
Okay, so like on the actual set. Okay, the worst experience would be almost sleeping with the extras on a bus. I think that's just the first one that I would probably highlight on. So we went to Chirundu. So when we were filming the short film, Spirit of the Yambezi, we were getting extras from Lusaka and taking them with us to Chirundu, and there were a lot of them. So initially, we were supposed to get on set in the morning around, let's say 8, then start filming by 6, say 16 or maybe 4 p.m. They were supposed to go back to Lusaka and spend the night there. But then when we were going to Chirundu, what happened was we delayed getting on set because the distance, there's quite a distance from Chirundu from Lusaka to Chirundu. It's like, I think about 5 hours. But then we took longer than 5 hours. So when we got on set, the sun was already overhead because this place, Chirundu, where we were filming from, it is very hot. So the sun comes out about 05:06. The sun is already like almost overhead. So we get to Chirundu and we start filming late, right? When we get on this set, what happens is that the guy that we were talking to, the location scout guy, told us that because in Zambia, you need to get permits for filming in villages, right? So we get to Chirundu and he told us he got permission from the elders of this village. So we get to Chirundu, we're preparing our stuff, we got our equipment out. There's this old man that comes and tells us, oh, we do not know who you are and we don't know what you're doing in our village because you didn't get permission from our chief. From our, more like our, the chief, actually, the headman. Okay. So when we were there, we were thinking now the sun is, we're losing light, you understand? And we've not even one scene. Then there's this interruption, there's this like a hiccup. And then this man is like, so you can't film, you have to go back so you can get the appropriate permission to have permission to film in our location. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, money has already been spent. We have like 2 buses. We have like 32 extras from Lusaka and a crew, and then also the cast and the catering team. So we had like about 6 cars on set. And now we have to go back to Lusaka with everyone until we get the permission. So I'm like thinking, I'm like racing, my thoughts are all over the place. And I tell them, say, look, we can't go back because everyone is here. And going back will mean we have to come back again, budget for a whole day, from fuel, airtime, transportation. and everything else. And so they say, okay, cool. So you have to pay a certain amount of money so that we can give you permission. So we're there thinking we're losing time. We're losing time, and the extras need to go back to Lusaka. And then there's this man who's saying we didn't get permission and we need to pay him. So what we do is that, we sort of like discuss with the production team. And I'm like, let's just give him the money that he wants, because it'll be more expensive letting this man, letting everyone go back to Lusaka, then coming back later. So we give him money. He says, no, but also when you're done, you need to also pay some of the people that we are, like how the chief, I would say maybe the Induna setup is. There's higher, someone, of lower rank, and then in the process, everybody would want a piece of the cake. So I say, you know what, we'll do that, but give us permission to start filming so we can start shooting, because time is running out. So we start filming, and before you know it, we had like an old man on set. He was like the more like the wokuku. In the film they call him wokuku because he was like the oldest man on set. So he's been, because now we're going back and forth with the elders of this village, and when time for shoot comes, this man is tired. So we start filming and he doesn't have his lines, not even one line. So we roll the camera, we set up, we block the lights, the lighting people are doing their thing, the set designers are working, the costumiers, and we have like this looks like a whole rally where we were eating from. It's like so many people packed there, because now what is happening is that we've even gotten some of the villagers, I think about 20 villagers, to join our team and become part of the movie. They were extras as well. So now we have about 50 plus people that we need to feed, and also that need to go back before the sun goes down. So we're there thinking, this man doesn't have his line. He keeps messing up. And then now we're an hour in, and now we're growing impatient because the extras need to go back to Lusaka. So what we're saying is that let's do this. Let's maybe do one line by line. So if he says one line, we cut, and then we do another line, we cut, and then we do another line. So at least we have like everything packed in one place, right? So like at least there should be something in terms of like when we edit the footage. So one line still, he's forgetting what he said earlier. He's forgetting what he said earlier. If you say something else, you say something else in another line. If he says this thing, you say something else in another line. So I'm thinking, this is not working. We are going to be screwed. So I tell him, you know what? Give the other actors the lines. Just give the other actors the lines, because they need to go back to Lusaka. The extras need to go back to Lusaka. We do not have accommodation. Our EP that time, I think our producer had only secured more like lodging for just crew and a few cast members, not the extras. The extras were not in a budget. So I'm thinking this is going to be a disaster. We are done with this scene and it's already dark. And there are more scenes that we need to do with the extras. We do not have the money to bring them back the next day. So I'm thinking we need to leave some extras behind so that it's not very difficult for us to film the next day. But then how do we leave some extras behind? They don't have where to sleep. So this is like, now we're looking at time, this is like 20 to 21. And leaving Chirundu, going to Lusaka, it will take about 5 hours. They'll probably be in Lusaka, say, around, maybe say, 24 or 01. So I said, we'll have to find a way to spend the night with everyone here. Like, because we can't afford bringing the extras again in the morning. And there's no money again for them to have lodging. So what do? Let's just make it work. Let's make it the way, I don't know what we're going to do, but then let's shoot for now, and then we'll figure it out later. So we shoot with the extras. The producers, the producer at that time, they don't know that the extras are with us. They're thinking, oh, the extras are probably gone back, because they're not on the ground. We are the ones on the ground. So they're thinking, oh, probably the extras have gone back to Lusaka, and we only have to worry about cast and crew. So in the evenings, it's late in the night, we inform the producers, okay, this is what is happening. The extras, some of the extras, 12, I think there are 12, if not 15, 12 extras have remained behind because we will need them tomorrow morning. Then it gets a little bit chaotic, that there's no budget, we don't have the money, we agreed, those people were not going to stay in Chirundu with you guys, they were not supposed to spend the night, they were supposed to come back in the morning. And I'm thinking, but then we had to use them for creative purposes. If they left, then we don't have a movie because it's a job. So what do we do now? So we get to the hotel and I'm thinking, I'm talking to the production manager, and they said, but there's no money, and this is a lot of it. I'm saying, dude, they're already here. So we need to make ways of how they will spend the night with us on set, here, on location. Because tomorrow we need them in the morning to be with us on set, especially because we need to start the day early. So we spend the night with
Not
those
yet.
guys, but then
you
now
want me
where
to
are they
ask-
going to sleep?
Sorry?
Okay, I will text you.
All right, thank you, Director Paul. We are,
I'm not done yet. Mr. Steph cut me. He was talking in the background.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we were asking the judge if he has a question. We're waiting for the viewers to give us their question. Please continue. You have the virtual floor.
Okay, so we're there and now we're packing. So the hotel is like, you know what? Too many of you. I don't know where we're going to put you because we can't have more than 30 people sleeping in rooms, you know, that kind of a thing. Because I'm like, we'll split, we'll probably have to share. So what we're doing is that we had to allocate, you know, like in our room, we were like about, I think I slept with about five people on the same bed, which was crazy. Then there was another room where people slept like about 6. It was just to make the work, you know, just to make everything run smoothly. So we packed ourselves in different rooms there, right there and then. And in the morning, there was also a situation with breakfast because they only sort of like counted 2 per room and there was more people. And then people all ended up eating in the morning. Everyone ate. And then they're asking us, but then why is it like there are more people coming out of these rooms when it's supposed to be 2 people per room? So we were there thinking this is going to be another disaster. We leave, we go back on set. When we get to the set, to the location in the morning, we find that the villagers are not as pleasant as they were the previous morning, because now I think someone tells them, oh, you know what? Actually, they gave the Induna some money, so they need to give you money as well. So now they're like, no, you can't park here, you can't be here, you know, because you didn't pay us a lot of money and you didn't give us money that you're giving other Indunas and the likes. And so now I'm thinking this is another hiccup. If anything, we will not work if these guys keep demanding for money. So what are we going to do? Let's just tell them they'll be given the money later when we're done filming, which was a lot of hiccups here and there, And then all of a sudden, someone comes and says, oh, you guys were filming yesterday from the Ngombeile Day. There's a Ngombeile Day, we call it, it's like a national, like a heritage. It's more like something that has stayed in our culture for a very long time. And so the government owns that place. And this guy comes and he's telling us, you know what? You were not supposed to film from Ngombeile Day without getting adequate permission from Lusaka.
Okay.
What's the word? There's a question there.
Oh, yeah. So we have a question. Director Paul, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we have a question. The first question is from Jerome. He says, he talks about how hard it is to shoot in Zambia. My understanding is the film industry is not considered very lucrative in Zambia, so no one wants to take part in it. I feel your pain. What's your response, Director Paul?
Well, it is what it is. We don't have a proper infrastructure, probably a system in place to be able to function as creatives in this country. So as sad as it is, we make do. We make do with what's there, because in the end, we're creatives and we want to create. It's a very painful experience because there's so many things that work against us. We don't have proper, financing. We don't have proper certain equipment in place, and just also proper bodies, that would want to protect a filmmaker and just overall the filmmaking experience. But yeah, it's painful, but then we keep moving. We keep moving. We're hopeful that the future is going to be better. I'm probably thinking we're waiting for those that are going to come after us 20 years from now, or maybe 15 years from now, or 40 years from now. In the end, it's what counts.
Okay, so the next question How many people did you have with you when you went to Chirundu?
How many people did we have with overall? Everybody. I think we have about with those that were already in Chirundu and us that came from Lusaka, we were 120 something, 100 plus on set.
And you all slept in a bus?
No. The others, no. The others, not all of us slept on the bus. So some of them were villagers from Chirundu. So they went back to their homes. Then some of them, the extras, like I stated earlier, I took out 15 extras that I felt we needed to use the following day. So some of them came back to Lusaka, and some of them were crew members that almost slept on the bus. I think 4 people slept on the bus. The DOP, Dixon Mwape, slept on the bus with the DIT guy. And I think 4 people, they slept in the car, in a van. They slept in a van. Four crew members slept in the van. The rest of them were packed in rooms, and some of them came back to Lusaka, and some of them went back to their homes in Chirundu. I also saw a question from Mr. Steph. There's a question from Mr. Stephen Branda.
Mr. Stephen Banda, do you have a question for Director Paul Wilo?
Yeah,
Yes.
there are 2 questions there.
I had typed, actually I typed 2. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, thank you. So the question I had, listening to your preamble, of course, I respect the challenges that you had to go through and overcome. It took a lot of managerial skills and conceptual thinking to overcome such things in a short run. And much as I've not been to Zambia in 25 years, but I understand the landscape of Zambia when it comes to the Nchekeleko culture. So I think it hasn't stopped.
Yes.
It hasn't stopped, unfortunately. Yeah. And but I wanted to find out how do you how do you marry what happened to preparedness as a person in charge in terms of collaboration with the stakeholders involved? Because I think from what I see, I may not have the preview of the whole background, but I just want to know how much of it do you attach to preparedness and collaboration with the stakeholders? And then just the other one, I was Ingombe Ilede. I've always grew up thinking it's Itezi. I didn't realize that there is
Is
a
it
part of it in
Chirundu?
Chirundu. Oh, is that right?
It's in
I
Chirundu.
not Itezi, you know?
No, it's not in this. This is in the northwestern side. Mombele is in the
Yeah.
southern side. Yes,
Okay.
Mombele is in the southern side of Zambia.
Okay. All right. Thank you
Yeah,
for the
and then for the
clarification.
preparation part, I think that question is very, very important. I think the biggest challenge was, I think, under budgeting. Under budgeting was the biggest challenge. I feel like if there was a proper, good budget, and not taking the credit from the producers, they did try to make it work. They did try to sort of like create an environment where we can all just work and thrive. But I feel like getting to Chirundu the very day to shoot was not going to work adequately. I was maybe just getting there a day before, then we come and then shoot the next day. So that everybody is, they relax, everybody is calm, so that everything flows nicely. But in getting there the very, very day, because there was no budget to keep us there for like 4 days or 5 days, we had to go gorilla, like we had to go pam, move, that kind of a thing. So getting there the exact same day, so I think there's just under budgeting. Under budgeting was the toughest thing that we had as a team.
Well. This is breaking news, Director Paul, because we were way over budget. We spent like 3 times the budget for this 15-minute short film.
5 times the budget,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, it
We're
was
supposed to
way
spend
over.
5 times.
Oh, we're supposed to spend 5 times?
5 times the budget, actually.
We were probably close. But anyway, yeah, but I do have a lot of respect for you, Director Paul, and your crew. I've never seen anything like the crew that you have. They're very disciplined, they're very respectful, they're very professional. And it's not every day you find a crew like that. So I commend you for you know, the wonderful crew that you have and that you had work on this movie for us, Spirits of Yambezi. And viewers, if you're just
Yes.
joining us, we're having a conversation, we're having a challenge with director Paul Wilo from Zambia and director Jaleo Uche from Nigeria. And this is the first week of the Battle of Directors, East meets West. I'm your host, Dr. Sherry Tomlin, executive producer for Spirits of Yambezi and the movie African Bodyguard, Monkey Business as well. And today, like we said, Nigeria meets Zambia as the two talented, very talented African filmmakers compete in their first challenge. So this week, we are talking about their experiences working in a remote area with their cast and crew, and one of the directors will get the grand prize. There will be a second place prize given as well. And next week, we'll talk about the worst injuries they suffered. Week 3, we'll talk about the best trailer. The viewers will be giving their vote for that. And then we're going to also discuss their work in the community with the youth, and with other organizations. So we're going to give them the Community Ambassador Award the fourth week, and then we're going to hear from some of the cast and crew as well, their contributions. And then the sixth week, we're going to have the final grand prize award for one of our directors who are with us today, uh, filmmaker, five-time mixed martial arts champion, musician, uh, director, actor, Jaleo Uche, who's with us from Nigeria, and award-winning Cannes. You won a Cannes Award, director Paul Wilo. Uh, is he still with us? Okay, he's just off camera. Yeah, so we have a lot of exciting things happening today, and we'll move on. Oh, Director Paul, any response to what I just said before we move on?
Any response to, sorry.
What
Yeah, I was listening. I was listening to everything that you're saying.
okay. Do you have any comment before I move on?
No comment. Oh, and then remember, I think I forgot to add one thing. There's no power in Chirundu. So we're filming with the genset the entire time. There is no electricity in the place we were filming from. So you can imagine the stress of filming in such a place. And we had to like make do with the locations we had, you know, shooting in the bush. And then I think there's a time when we went to shoot near the river, Zambezi River. And then they told us in the night, crocodiles make it around the trees. And that's where we were filming some of the scenes filmed, which is like crazy. So I almost got eaten by crocodile.
By a crocodile. So besides that, what I remember was you running out of water. You have 100 people with you and no water. How did that work out?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, that experience. Oh my God. So you know how it is. Like I said earlier, the Chirundu is very hot, like extremely hot. And so people were drinking water like they're in the desert. And then all of a sudden we're on set and we do not have water. Like water is done. And you have like 100 people. Because at that point, remember, even villagers, they start refusing to drink water from the dam, from the river. They want to drink water in sachets because now they're part of cast. They're part of the team. So now we're thinking, how do we make this work? It was really a whole, who has how much, so we can buy bottles of water, because already I think there was a budget allocated for the water, and then the water sort of like ran out. So we needed to sort of like buy more packets or buy more drips to bring on set. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun though, because I also knew people couldn't drink that water from the river as compared to the villagers, because you know how it is. People are going to get diarrhea. They were going to get maybe, you know, I don't know. I didn't want anybody to get sick. So we had to make it work. We had to make it work in which the best way that we know how to do as independent filmmakers from Zambia. If you're from Zambia, you probably know how it works. Who has the 3 kwacha? Who has the 5? Who has the 10? before you know each of like, a packet of like, 10 or 12 drips of water. And we had a very good, I think like you said, the team is very, very collaborative. There's a lot of collaborative spirit with my team. It's not who's going to do what, who's going to do what. It's always like, how do we make it work together when there's a hiccup? And that's what I love about them.
Okay, we appreciate your uh, work that you've done, your awesome work, Director Paul. And we will be back to hear more from you after we watch this. And this will be Director J. Leo's experience out in Enugu, Nigeria.
Hey, yeah, Matoba. Hey, yeah, my hey. Matoba. Hey. Igumayo, Igumayo, ya, ya, nane. Ya, nane, ya, ya, ya. Ain't money, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't money, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Dali, 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 Mama, Dali. Welcome, my son. Welcome. Is he well with you? Yeah, very fine. Let me help you. Ah, Dali.
So this story is about a real life African bodyguard, Talabuya So from Senegal. So he went to work in Mauritania as a bodyguard for the president, and he returned to Senegal to his farm to help his people. And he reached out to our nonprofit organization to get help because the cows were dying, the people were dying, and we were trying to help, and making this movie was one way that we could think of helping them. And then, of course, COVID hit. So we have some A-list actors here. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But this is African Bodyguard. You could watch some episodes right here on Macmillion Movies. Check our YouTube channel for that. This is Talabuya So out there in Senegal, the real African bodyguard. So this is the person we made the movie about, actually. So this is the man and his horse. 6 years later, his horse is still going, and this is how they get around. Yeah, out there in Senegal. This is the children in the school. We're trying to help them as well. And we've been helping them for the past 6 years. So yeah, it's It's a real life story, African Bodyguard, and we want to welcome and show our appreciation to Director Jay Leo and hear his experiences filming this movie in Enugu, Nigeria. Director Jay Leo, you have the virtual floor. Oh, before we introduce you, we said you are a 5-time mixed martial arts champion. You are an actor, director, musician. We're going to hear one of your songs before we go today, because you are doing some yeah, you're doing some phenomenal work. We want to, yeah, get more information about you, don't we, viewers? Please, Director J. Leo, take the virtual floor.
Oof, a whole lot to digest, but it's I'm delighted to be here, and I want to thank my executive producer, Dr. Sherry Tomlin, and my colleague, Director Paul. Well, I filmed African Bodyguard before COVID, and it was a whole lot of experience. Getting all the A-list stars together to make a film, it's one big challenge on its own. And you know, Nigeria is like a film village. Everybody's filming. Go to any state you see, look at your left, some people are filming, look at your right, everybody's filming. So, and to get some of these stars, it might take you a lot of time. Book them, make sure you secure your shooting dates and all of that. And we went as far as having an audition, proper pre-production, and we did our casting. We got the legendary Akin Lewis Bolt and Juliet Ibrahim, Maureen Oboke, Tali, and some other martial arts experts, because the story is huge. Story, it's not just one of those regular stories, and to infuse martial arts into the regular drama, it's not as easy as every filmmaker would say it. So we actually filmed in 2 different states. We started off with filming in Lagos State before we now moved to another part of the state in Enugu. We traveled with the crew, the cast. We moved everybody down to Enugu, which wasn't that easy. But my very first experience so it's only my crew and some of the stars on set witness, which I said I'll be sharing today. It's quite funny. In fact, I don't smoke, but we have what we call some of these talks. When you're filming, the moment you open up your camera or they see any big celebrity on your set, they gather there, they want to collect money, they want to, seize your equipment and all that. This, after settling your location, after your location manager has done his job, the moment you're filming, they just come like hyenas and they want to collect money. So when we started filming, Juliet Ibrahim, we flew her all the way from Ghana down to Nigeria. And we got to the point she was just in the car, and I said, please stay inside the car. These guys are around. She was like, oh, don't worry, there's nothing, no, don't worry, I've seen them several. I said, no, these guys are the real thugs. Stay in the car. She said, oh, director, when you're ready, call me. Okay, we set up and we are ready to film. And she came out and they were like, no way, this big star, we are collecting. Initially, they were asking for like 200,000 naira. Now they're like, we have to double it. I'm like, paying you for what? And, some of my boys are also fighters. They were ready for any action. And one of their leader was trying to talk to me and try to, show me he's a bully and all that. So he was having this smoke with him. So I said, okay, this is one way out. So he was looking at me like, okay, this guy is not tough and all that. I just, okay, can I get that stick of cigarette? He said, "Do you smoke this?" I said, "Yeah." I took it and I just, puff it up. And he was looking at me. He called one of them and said, "Hey, their leader is a tough guy. I don't think he's going to pay us that money." So they were like, "No, no way," because of this star. So I was just blowing that smoke and I was almost feeling dizzy. So I was like, "Okay, you can have your stuff." And we had to reach an agreement. And I said, "Okay, I was going to give this amount of money." And they left. So I called my crew and the actors. I said, "This is outdoor scene. Filming outdoor with a star in Nigeria is a whole lot of challenge." So I said, "Guys, we need to switch it into guerrilla method of filming to actually get this thing done ASAP." And luckily, we were able to do what we had to do. Here in Lagos, there's a whole lot of noise, pollution, thuggery, settlement, and a lot, and which might not really be in your budget. So as a filmmaker who's been into this business for over 2 decades plus, I have experienced stuff like this, and I know, okay, these challenges will come. So when we're done with Lagos filming, we moved down to Enugu. I had to move all the crew because we needed to film in the Fulani village because it's in the story. That's what you've just seen, you've just watched. So getting to the place, our location manager did all his normal job and said, "Hey, director, I think we are good to go. We need to film." That they've accepted that we should come and film. They've settled them, they've paid. I was like, "Okay, good, guys, let's go." We got to the place, to the venue, and we're trying to set up. We got inside the village, we're setting up. We just saw, in fact, in the history of my life as a filmmaker, this has never happened to me. We saw this young girl in her 15 or 16 thereabouts just brought out AK-47, pointing it at me and my crew that she was going to shoot us. And she is a Fulani. I was like, "What?" I said, "No, we came here in peace." They're like, they were not informed. "Who are you guys?" I was like, we could not communicate. We don't understand the Fufude, the language. That's the Fulani language. And we were all begging. Some of them, tried to surround us. We're like, we're in trouble. African Bodyguard fame, we're in trouble. The girl was ready to shoot. So we called the lead star, who is Jibril, and he was the one interpreting for us, saying, "Oh, the girls are angry," and because some people actually came to film there doing music videos, some people that usually do music video, because people come there to film a lot because of the location, that they actually, unalived somebody, a child,
boy. Yeah,
while
child.
a little boy, while they were doing their stuff. I think because it was a night shoot, they shot from morning till the following day, and I don't know what happened. Those people, unalived the child. So, and since then, they don't want to see any filmmaker in that community. So we were like the victim.
And this
So
was
we had like,
this was a big singer in Nigeria. His name starts with
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And no, I don't want to mention his name. He's big. So they were calling his name. They were bringing out his picture and was like, "Look at him. You know him." I said, yeah, I know this singer. So why are we supposed to be blamed and all that? He said, "No, anything camera, we don't want to see here." I was like, wow. So I was actually fighting for my life. Like, man, just want to live here in peace. So Jibril was begging, pleading, talking to them in their language, that we came all the way from Lagos. We're not people from here, and they should allow us. So it took like over 2 hours pleading, and my crew, everybody was exhausted. We were like, how do we go from here? So they were all waiting for me to strike the set. So I kept on, like, no way, we are going to accomplish this, because there's no other place to film this, and it's in the story. So I don't want to come out saying, "Oh, we couldn't, and this was a challenge." So at the end of the day, the women came out, the women, all of them came out, and because the men was not around, they went to their farms and all of that. So I called the location manager, who did you consult here? So he actually tried to reach out to the man, and that one came and called the ladies, the women over there, and said, please allow them, that we already paid and they are where we're coming, we are different people. So that was how they gave us time that we should do whatever we have to do within 1 hour, 30 minutes. We should leave there. And it was already getting late. We're almost losing daylight, and we had to do what we know how to do best under duress, under pressure. And, most times filmmakers don't say this while the film is done. Everybody clap and say, whoa, beautiful, wow, congratulations. They don't know what we actually go through to make a film. So we came out successfully, and we vowed never to go back to that village. It was even outside the outskirts, where they went all on top of the hill. That's where they went to build their house, and they lived there. There are a lot of them, large number of them living there. And the another challenge we had, which seems very easy, was when the lead actor had to, take care of the cattle, which you can actually see there. He has never done that before. He is a Fulani, half Hausa. So he has never had any encounter with, rearing of cows and all that. But because he's an actor, there was a time one of the cow was chasing him. We had to, calm him down and say, hey, guy, you can do this. You can do this. He said, sir, this is not part of this is not what. I said, yeah, it's in the story. You have to, show us where you're taking care of your cattle and all of that. So at the end of the day, we got something out of it, and we were like, okay, finally we're out of this place with these cattle and you people. So I think these are the few challenges I had while filming, the ones that I can remember while filming African Bodyguard. I don't want to go into the fight sequence, fight choreography, different characters, different actors with their different mindsets. But as a filmmaker, you have to make sure you're in charge and bring everybody, to proper level of making a film. So I think I would rest my
This was your
I don't know if you all can hear me.
This was your face the day after you finished filming. Like, who do I strangle? This was rough. The following day after you're done shooting. All right, so we're trying to get questions from our audience. We have two young youth joining us. Eric, do you have a question for Director J. Leo? Wilkins, do you have a question for Director J. Leo? Mr. Stephen Banda, do you have a question for Director J. Leo?
Yes, good morning. I don't know if it's evening there, Dr. Director Leo, because with your accolades, I think we honorarily give you a doctorate degree from the US because you deserve it. So we'll be addressing you as Dr. Leo because your achievements are just immense. And Dr. Leo, I think I have to hold you in contempt. The reason being,
wow.
I was busy doing my homework, lost in my schoolwork, and Dr. Tomlin here, our executive director, decides to send me a sneak peek of your song. Boy, did I leave my homework and start dancing.
We're going to hear that song very soon.
Forgot I am doing my schoolwork. I danced for, I didn't know I still got it in me. So I blame you for submitting my schoolwork late, Dr. Leo. But that song if that song does not become a hit in Africa, then I don't know what can.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very
because
true. The song.
that's one of
I need
the
to listen
sweet.
to it as well.
It,
Share the song, Sherry.
my brother, Mr. Wilo, that song, and you know, there is a synopsis between the voice of your Mumps and that of Dr. Leo. When Dr. Leo sings, I think him and your Maps, they need to do a duet because their voices are similar. Dr. Leo, your Maps is the biggest star in Zambia, Mr. Will will tell you. I mean, he's very big.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
he has the
He's the
greatest.
biggest.
Yeah, I've never really listened to Zambian music much until your Maps came on the scene. I was like, wow, this boy can sing. Who is he? I only knew him last year. I never even knew about him, but the boy can sing. But anyway, without taking much time, I wanted to find out from you, Dr. Leo. What you are saying makes it sad for me as an African in diaspora.
Okay.
I always tell Dr. Tomlin, and I used to tell this to my ex-wife. The biggest existential threat to the African race is not racism, is not terrorism, is not guns, is not poverty. But the biggest existential threat to the African race is us, Africans, ourselves. We are the biggest poison to each other. Our level of jealous sabotage for one another is disheartening for me to know that up to now you are there doing a noble job to film something that educate a lot of people on televisions and on TVs and all. And then here you are being attacked by different people that embezzle money. Just enlighten me, especially who don't understand this, Dr. Leo. I haven't been to Africa in many, many years. What is the driving force behind that culture? What is causing it? Is it because people pay? Because America, they have one rule: they don't negotiate with terrorists or anybody who wants ransom. They don't pay and they don't negotiate. Is it because they get paid, these people, or what? Please enlighten me. I want to understand what encourages and why is that culture there? And then the other part I didn't understand is what did they do to the child? I didn't hear what happened to the child. I think I missed it when they say, I don't know if you say they did something to the child when they were filming. So that
Yeah,
one is just quick, but I
yeah,
want to know what happened to the child.
yeah.
But my biggest question,
We can't say certain things on YouTube. So the child transitioned while to
oh,
heaven, to
oh
heaven,
no, oh no, I'm
while
sorry.
this big singer from Nigeria was, yeah, shooting his
Okay,
video.
okay, I'll
Yeah.
leave it. I understand because of privacy. I'll leave it at that. I understand. So, thank you, Dr. Tomlin. Yeah, Dr. Leo, over to you, sir.
You know, there is one thing some of our leaders are doing, and the Nigerians and the Africans, let me use the word Africans in general, Zambia, Gambia, Nigeria, South Africa, we are all talented people. We are blessed naturally
Very much.
and mentally, physically, we are all blessed. But you see, we've been having wrong leaders who have been weaponizing poverty, and it's not like they don't know what to do. So
Weaponizing poverty. That's powerful.
they intentionally weaponize poverty so that we begin to hunt ourselves. You could call it racism, you could call it jealousy, you could call it tribalism, because if you are in a organized society, you know, everything is, organized. I can't be filming in the US or Canada or somewhere where I have my everything documented and all of that, proper letters and all of that, and you see thugs or you see people that are not supposed to have arms, you see them with stuff like this. So the government wants it that way, and they've never been sponsoring or supporting filmmakers. Okay, for me, it's more like a Nigeria-wide thing. That's how I see Africa, where you all hunt yourself, while they stay there and call themselves the elite and allow these people from outside to come milk Africa, take everything from Africa, and allow, and because they know if everybody is awake, if everybody's doing the right thing, we might not need them, we might not bother them too much. And you see creative people trying to the kind of budget they use in making film overseas, abroad, is not what we use to make film here in Africa. But at the end of the day, we still come out with the best. We still come out with the little we can. Even at that, we get frustration from the internal system, and the government will just look away. They will look away. Okay, so these are the challenges we're facing until we have the right leaders. And things will start. And some of these great leaders from other Africans will say, if Nigerian gets it right, every other part of Africa we sit up.
Get it right. Yes.
Nigeria is one of the largest Black nation in the world. So, and
yes.
A whole lot is happening here. Most filmmakers are just getting executive producer from left and right, or you can actually be your own executive producer. You bring people together. There's a whole lot of celebrities here in Nigeria, big celebrities, and from the music industry down to the movie industry, and that support from leadership, from government, we're not seeing it. We're not getting it. They just politicize everything. And we are resilient people. We don't back down. We keep going, and that's why if you look at my two songs, you see that energy in those songs, and you see that resilient spirit.
Yes, yeah.
I hope I've answered your question.
Yes. Very much. I get the context, Dr. Leo. A year ago, I had a privilege to have a one-on-one meeting with the senior economic advisor to the president of Burkina Faso, who also happens to be his elder brother. They share the same mother, same father, but the president of Burkina Faso decided to appoint him as a senior economic advisor. I asked him a question: what makes your brother different? Especially in today's leadership, because you touched a very powerful point, Dr. Leo, to say is the leadership weaponizer. I have never heard such powerful words actually in a long time. To say that you are really an artist, you know how to put it in context when you're saying they weaponize poverty. That's a very powerful statement, because when you weaponize poverty, you create anarchy, you create a movement. Yes, and that movement can do anything, because for a piece of chitenje material or even a plate of food, they are ready to kill, and that becomes dangerous.
Very true.
You see? So when I asked the senior Mr. Toure a question, what makes your brother different? He said he has sat for a long time looking at the injustice towards us as our own Black people. And he's been determined to change. And look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. I think Dr. Tomlin used the right word, our youthful director. I think youths, young people like you, I'm old, I'm 50 years old. So I'm not in your bracket. But I think young people like you, I think are the change what Africa needs. We have been brainwashed by these old leaders who have taught us jealousy, who have taught us to not support each other. I'll be against Mr. Wilo for nothing. I'll be against you for nothing just because you are talented, you have this. Instead of learning, how do I do this? But I think you young people, I think you have what we don't have. The spirit of, yes, go ahead.
Let me come in. You see, when I say it's from the leadership, you see, African, like I was looking at director Paul. He looks like a Nigerian, and I saw in his movie where they were pounding something and singing and all that. We do the same thing in my own tribe, and I was thinking in my head, how could they have divided us? And also made sure in Africa we need visa to visit the next African country.
Can you believe that, Dr. Paul? Dr. Leo, sorry. Can you believe that?
And over there, they don't need visas amongst their European. You just cross over and all that. But they made sure they divide us so they can rule, because now Africa is the only place where there is everything you need to make other world a better place. So the visa ban, between Africans and making sure there is chaos in Africa and weaponizing poverty will make us take a whole lot of time to realize that we are all brothers. Look at what is happening in South Africa.
Wow. Yeah.
When you look at them, you see that they've actually weaponized poverty there. And they made them understand that, oh, you guys are lazy, you guys are this. And at the end of the day, you chase everybody out of South Africa. That's it. You still have that same problem. That problem is still there. And when you chase all your brothers out, these other people will invade. The people orchestrating that stuff will invade you, and they will take your lands and take everything, and that's it. So Africans, we need to wake up and understand we are just one. We are just one.
Wow.
I don't mind to have a collaboration, musical collaboration with the artists in Zambia. That you mentioned his name earlier.
Your maps is very powerful. We can try to make it happen. I can talk to Dr. Tomlin and Executive Wilo, and then I know his cousin here. Me and her get along, quite well, so we can see what we can make it happen. But before our executive director comes in, the word you've used. I am not an artist, but I'm a tech guy. So I think technically by God's grace, and believe it or not, almost 7 years ago, Dr. Tomlin encouraged me to go tech, and now I am in tech. So from what you've said, I think there is need for you and Dr. Tomlin to collaborate on a very high level to create, and also Mr. Wilo, to create a movie, a documentary movie that shows the dangers of how weaponizing poverty can affect Africa and sabotage the next generation. By accepting a 1 naira, you sabotage 100 years of better education. I think with your artistic thinking, with collaborating with Dr. Tomlin and Mr. Manda, they were directors, I think this move, you have just used a 21st century catchphrase that has really touched me, and I think we need to do that. And also, I would love Mr. Wilo in Zambia to say in relation to what Dr. Leo has said. Do we have such hurdles in Zambia in terms of filmmaking? Of course, I heard of him falling. I was even thinking he needs to give us his shoe size so we can buy him a proper shoe for those terrains and send it to him, so that he doesn't have to fall again, because we need him alive and well.
Wow.
Yes. But if you can allow executive director, I would like to hear that. But if you and Dr. Leo can really think of this, weaponizing poverty, Dr. Tomlin, is a very powerful word for Africa to understand today. And I don't think people understand it to that extent. But if you can allow Dr. Wilo to say it in collaboration to what, you can allow Mr. Wilo to say in collaboration to what Dr. Leo has said, I would love to hear a few hurdles on the ground, politically, economically, social, cultural in Zambia, so that even when this movie is being collaborated, I think I would like to understand an initial, maybe prima facie overview of this, if our executive director, Dr. Tomlin, can allow it.
Thank you, Mr.
Let me add. Sorry, Dr. Tomlin. Let me add to what he just said. Burkina Faso president, I feel he's trying his best, and that's why they are hunting him, and he's not doing enough. It is the duty of filmmakers like myself and Dr. Paul to bring out this kind of picture to educate Africans in diaspora everywhere, Black race, and to make them understand that these people have actually weaponized poverty to keep us where we are.
That's powerful.
Thank you,
Yes.
Director J. Leo.
Yeah.
And when we
Wow.
started this podcast, my first thought was, you know, we should get Director Paul to do a movie and have Director J. Leo be the stunt director. So we should have both of them, together doing a movie. And
True.
then
Because they're
Steve,
great minds.
Mr. Stephen Banda comes out with exactly what I was thinking. So Director Paul, you have the
It's God.
Yeah, before we move on, Director Paul, let me introduce our audience to our Surviving the Shoot challenge. This is the most unforgettable remote location experience that we are talking about this week. So each director is telling us about their frightening, difficult, unexpected, unforgettable experience that occurred while they were filming in a remote area. So our audience should consider today how serious was the situation, how did it affect the cast and crew, and how did the director respond under pressure? So we have a couple of questions for Director J. Leo, but we'll allow Director Paul to respond to Mr. Banda's question. Please, you have the virtual floor.
Thank you, Director.
This is quite interesting. I was here listening to you guys have a conversation, and I was like, there's a lot of cross-cutting issues that we're facing as Africans it's cross-cutting, it's in every country. And when Director Leo spoke about weaponizing poverty, I feel like this has been ongoing for a very long time as for us Africans. It started just after some countries got independence, and to be in a position to witness this still happening on a large scale now. Now it's even bad because of the coming of social media. Like where we're at in this country in Zambia, we're trying to grow as a country. I'm trying to be careful. We're trying to grow as a country, but also in a way we are so behind. We're so behind in the way that we treat each other. We're so behind in the way that we approach, economic issues, political issues, even just our education system is still something that we're trying to still figure out. And so to be in a position where, how does this become a thing? I think we as a people on our own, we're enemies of ourselves. There's this need to want people to be on the same position. So we don't want people to outgrow a system, to outgrow a mentality, to outgrow how they approach issues. You understand, right? And you can also see that people have embraced that. It's become part and parcel of our cultures. Everywhere you go, you see that there's a lot of where there's chaos, there's praise. Where there's uncertainty, where there's extreme gullibility, naivety, everybody there is so happy. You can tell that Zambians will vote for a song. You know how we are politically, right? We'll be in a position of we are doing a whole movie. I mean, we're doing a whole election, and people will vote for a leader because they danced to a song that was created in the studio. They'll forget everything that they're going through economically. You see how that our leaders know us very well as a people. They understand how we think, they understand how we operate, they understand that we easily get carried away. It's one distraction and we're gone. And that has been ongoing for generations to generations. And I worry about the future that is coming, because you see these young people in terms of like being patriotic, in terms of like engaging in subjects that concern our livelihood, that concern the economic status of this country and where our future is going to go as a nation. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of like if I was going to come up today, I will not tell you what I'm going to do in the next 5 years for you as a citizen or as a country. I'll sell you a dance. I'll sell you a song. I'll sell you, noise. And that noise is passed on. Another person will pass it on to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. And before you know it, they're using what he said earlier. Poverty is a sin. And Africa has been weaponized and has been passed on from one to the next generation, to the next generation. And so we're trying to, in as much as we're trying to grow out of it,
at some point, I think we like it. I think we like where we're at, and that makes it very dangerous. Because you look at it and you're like, if we didn't want this, I like the example that you gave of Burkina Faso. People got tired and they said, we don't want this. But I feel like for Africa, in a way, it's like a drug. We cannot do without it. It's like for some reason, we need it closer so that at some point, it reminds us of something that we're really scared to face on our own. For some reason, we still, at some point, feel we're not good enough as a people.
Yeah.
We still feel we are not worthy as a people. And that already in itself, no matter how many times we fight so hard to eradicate it from our minds, from our brains, from a mentality, from how we approach things, even how we work, even how we sort of like go through the day, we go through the day thinking we're not worthy of certain things. And so that already is a very, very big problem. And that needs to start changing. And it, like he said, Director Uche said earlier, it's like, it needs to start changing even from the classroom point of view. Because where we're at right now, it's very, very hard. But then the young ones that are coming, that are growing, they need to sort of like understand where we're at as a continent. I love what Director Uche said earlier. He said, we have everything to make us rich, the resources. We have, talent. And we are one of the most strongest ethnicity groups in the world. But then what causes that is because there were demarcations that were created along the way, and then Africans became enemies of themselves. And to eradicate that from a mentality would take a very, very long time. But then let's keep having conversations like this. Let's keep teaching people. Let's keep also, like he said, create movies around such subjects, such themes, so that people can start to see that in as much as there's so much demarcation in visa necessities, all of those things, when you look at yourselves, we're so alike. We are so similar. We're so similar. And this reminds me of this instance one time when I went to Egypt for a film festival. I was actually arrested because I was suspected of being a Nigerian. They were like, no, he's Nigerian. Can you put him aside? So already you can tell that, that kind of a thing. No. I said, no, I'm Zambian. They said, no, Nigerian. I said, no, I'm not Nigerian. I'm actually Zambian. But then I was there for like about 2 hours at the airport, waiting for them to sort of like, discharge me because we're thinking I'm Nigerian. And I don't know, because when I asked them, but why are you arresting me because you're suspecting I'm Nigerian, or you're suspecting Nigerians kept bring certain things in Cairo? And they didn't have an answer to that. So already you see that we hate, there's so much self-hate. Even now in our country, already as a country, we have 72 tribes. And you can tell people say, no, I am this tribe. I am not that tribe. And that tribe I don't like. I like this tribe. I associate myself with this tribe. Already that mentality is what they used. That was used to sort of like create division, create chaos around us, to create a lot of like, you look at another person and think you're better. And it's sad. It's really, really sad.
Yes, as long as
That's powerful. That's very powerful.
No matter where you come from, as long as you're a Black man, you are an African. Peter Tosh, I think he's the one that sang that song. So it's very true. And we are getting heated up here. We're supposed to be winding down, but we're getting heated up. So we're going to pause, check out Director Jay Leo's new song, and he's going by Jay Sugar. And this is Sugar Rush coming up. So take a break, everyone. Grab your favorite drink and come back and hear more from our directors, our wonderful directors from Zambia and from Nigeria. And we'll find out who's winning the prize this week. Okay, so we need your vote. And we have 2 questions for Director Leo when we come back. So sit back, check it out. And thanks for staying with us.
Banga. kanja chuego. Apanso uwa merem kanja chuego. Chupagire, 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 ego. Kepa mashe. Wani koko, wani koko. Kepa mashe, kepa mashe, kepa mashe, kepa mashe, kepa mashe, kepa mashe, kepa mashe. Wani koko, wani koko. Banga, banga. Banga, banga, sugar rush. The way you move it, yeah, leba, keep on, get us they do me, get us they do me.
I'm on a sugar high after that sugar rush. I'm here to tell you that was phenomenal. Wow. Give it up for Director Jay Leo.
It's good. I love it. I love the song.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Jay
you.
Sugar. Jay Sugar in his other life. Yeah. Yeah. So we thank you. We thank you for sharing that with us. Viewers, you could watch more Sugar Rush on Macmillion Music on YouTube. YouTube is giving us a hard time, and the whole album, right, should be available on Macmillion Music. So check it out. Like and share with your friends and family. Yeah, this is how we can help. You can help the algorithm to recognize us and give us a boost. Okay, we need it. So we thank you for your support, viewers. We love you. We appreciate you. And we also want you to know that, YouTube is telling us that video is a little too suggestive. So getting ads running for that song. It's been very difficult. So it's a challenge on its own trying to, get that video out. But I'm not going to stop. You know me. I'm Jamaican. I never give up. I never surrender. Never. So, Director Paul, his movie, it's Spirits of Yambezi. So YouTube is telling us we're trying to sell alcohol because of the name Spirits. Okay, so we're having trouble with his. So yeah, so Wilkins, do you have a question? Remember that one, Paul, Director Paul? So Mr. Wilkins, Sakazwe. Woo! That's the name on its own. Go ahead. What's your question for us today?
Okay, so this question goes to Director Uche. How was the feeling after you were done directing and done shooting, especially for that situation where I think you were linked to the people that unalived the young boy? How did that situation pan out in general? I think I missed a lot of that part. Sure thing.
Whew. This is a very, very smart question. When you're under duress and there's a gun pointed at your head, and you want to make sure you please the executive producer. You want to make sure your actors, especially your A-list actors, don't put you on that spot, because sometimes they tell you, hey, director, I have just 2 days for you. I have other schedules and all that. And a young lady who doesn't understand rifle is pointing an AK-47 to your face. You'll be like, okay, God, if you give me this chance, I don't think I want to come here again and do anything in this local place, this village, and I usually get myself, when I'm done filming everything and when I'm doing my preview at night, that's when I can actually do, then I start playing everything back. And at the end of the day, I said to myself, well, it's quite challenging and it's worth it, because I've actually done stuff that are crazy in terms of filmmaking. I've filmed in Ghana, where we were trained in the military Burma camp, where we had to learn how to ride horses. We were supposed to fight using sword, and you have to be on the horse and you have to fight with it. So you watch someone, on a very high speed, like galloping, and the horse will just fling you away if you don't understand the rhythm. And you'll be like, okay, I don't think I want to continue this. So at the end of the day, we came out alive, and we filmed while on the ocean. At the end of the day, you come out alive and you're faced with a gun. See, Nigeria itself, it's a jungle. So when you come to Nigeria and you survive in Lagos, you can survive anywhere. Most of our filmmakers, especially the music video filmmakers and all that, they prefer to go abroad or travel outside the country to film where people are not harassing you. They're like, wow, you're welcome. Wow, you guys are filming. It looks strange to them, like there's no too many filmmaking there and it's new, but here, anywhere in Nigeria, the moment you set up your tripod, people are gathering, except you. That's why you see most films in Nigeria are usually done indoors. Anything outside, or when I'm talking to my screenwriters, my scripts, anybody writing script for me, I tell them, please, outdoor, wahala. Wahala means trouble. Let's reduce it. Don't blow it up. Filming at the airport, some people, you go to other countries, you can actually, do guerrilla filming and all that at the airport. But here, they are watching you. So when we are done with any scene, we'll be like, oh, thank goodness. I don't want to go into my experience in monkey business where I broke my leg.
Oh, that's for next week. Yes, That's Director J. Leo. That's next week. You and Director Paul are
Oh,
just ready to, yes, to win that prize, aren't you? But yeah, tell us more about Sunshine Rosman. This was one of her earlier movies. She's a big star now.
yeah.
And she was
This
in,
is one of
oh,
movie, and here at this stage, at this point, people don't really know her. She was, and immediately after this fame, people started calling me her mom. Like people are disturbing. They saw this girl in African Bodyguard, and they feel she's got some potential. And right now, Sunshine, you can't get her for peanuts. You can't even. She's booked. Most times, she's booked for 6 months, 7 months. It's hard for her family to see her. She's from one set to the other, and some sets can just hold her, paying her 15, 20 million naira and 10 million naira for 6 months. So sometimes I try to reach out to her. Her PA, we pick it up. Before now, she'd be like, "Oh, director, please don't forget me. I'm here," and blah, blah, blah. So if I want to reach her now, I had to reach out through her mom. So she would finish filming maybe late at night before she can start replying messages. And yeah, she's big here in Nigeria. She's big here.
So we have
Was she the one in she's the one To Kill a Monkey, right?
Yes, To Kill a Monkey. She's the one in To Kill.
Yeah, she's so good. She's amazing. She's an amazing actress.
Yeah, so many these movies right now. She's hot right now. She was in To Kill a Monkey. Immediately after African Bodyguard, boom, Sunshine just blew up. And Nigeria here, everybody's filming, and filmmakers want to discover talent and want to project and push it. I don't know about other parts of the country because I know it's not easy there. And that's where collaboration, teamwork, that's what Ghana, like there's something Ghana is really doing, which I feel other people should also, pick from that idea. So Ghana usually come to collaborate with Nigerian actors, the likes of Van Vika, Juliet Ibrahim, and what's his name? A lot of them, they come here, they make fame, they bring some of us over there, and you don't really tell. Sometimes you don't even tell if they are Ghanaians or Nigerians, and so collaboration is very important. It's very key in this sector for we to grow as filmmakers. And with same collaboration, we can actually film how they are actually weaponizing poverty in Zambia, and there's a lot of almajiri, how they're weaponizing poverty here in Nigeria, and how the elites are enjoying it. And during election, they bring out money and use these people to rig and cause chaos and thuggery. And at the end of the day, these politicians go back. The weapons with these people, they don't retrieve them. They use it to start causing mayhem in the society. And we have to make a film to show them that we are awake. We see this. And thank God for internet. Thank God for internet connecting all of us to, unite us and make us see what's happening in Zambia, in Ghana, in South Africa. And we can come up with a film to show them. We have YouTube, we have global market where we can say, hey, we understand this. And everybody sees it and be like, whoa, okay, this is what they're doing. And boom, we can't just be waiting for the religious leaders and people like Burkina Faso president to do the whole thing. And we're praying for him to stay alive and, liberate and wake every leaders up. Other leaders are awake, but they are afraid of the West. They are afraid of European leaders. But film is a strong weapon.
Oh, yes.
Here is a strong weapon that can cut across everywhere. Their children will watch it and will be like, wow, daddy, these people, they are saying the truth. This is not right. They know what we are doing. So collaboration is the key way to go.
Okay, thank you, Director J. Leo. So we have a question for you from Jerome. He says, would you consider the fact that the actor failing to handle the cattle was a challenge due to lack of preparation from the director? This wasn't even in the script, was it?
No. it was a challenge, but for me, it's worth it. And because of my martial art background, I see them as part of life. I see it as, normal. To other people, they'll be like, oh, this is dangerous. This is, oh, no. But you see other people living that life in real life. They live that life in real life. But to some actors, it's, hey, something might go wrong. So, but because I'm a stunt director, and in stunt, we were taught to make sure you preserve your actors, make sure nobody's hurt, make sure everybody's safe. So we look at the safety measures, and we do things from that angle and make sure everybody goes home safe. He has never been in the midst of cows and all that, but at the end of the day, he was like, whoa, I'm happy I did this. I'm happy I did this for my community, Fulani. They will be proud to have me and say, yeah, I'm promoting our culture. But at the end of the day, his people were pointing the gun at us. So it was more like a mixed feelings. But, at the end of the day, we achieved what we wanted to achieve.
Oh my God.
Director
To save
Paul,
us. He was the one in the middle. He was the one begging, and please, these people are my the director
twist.
put our
the plot
his
twist.
story, the culture, and you people are pointing the gun at him. So he was at the middle. So that's where we need to use stuff like this to sensitize everybody that we are all the same.
And
There is
also,
this
just to
divide
add
and
on,
rule.
right? Sorry to cut you. Just to add on, on the questions that Jeremy asked. There's also sometimes when you get on location and you pick something from the environment, something that was not written in the script, but then you sort of like it's going to enhance the storytelling, or enhance the production value of the film. And so at that point, we make very, I know it's dangerous, but we make very instinctive decision to just say, how about if we try and you hate Keto because it's sort of going to resonate with the audience that you actually live in this location. So those things happen quickly. I know they're dangerous, but then we do them all the time.
There are stuffs they don't really know about directors. Directors, they are demigods, kind of. Here we see directors here as demigods, and we see them work like spirits. You will give a director a story, you give a director a location, he will be like, okay, yeah, it's good, we got this. But at the end of the day, the director goes there, he doesn't know what he's going to expect. He doesn't know the situation. It might be rainy, it might be, but the director would definitely make out something out of every situation they find themselves.
No doubt. I've witnessed that at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. for weeks and days. So yes, Director Paul Wilo, there's a question for you. What are you saying about the communication barrier in terms of filming when you went to Chirundu? Did you understand these people? Did you have a translator?
We did have a translator the time we were doing location scouting, right? But for when we were filming, the guy that was helping us with the location scouting, the guy that was supposed to be like maybe a bridge between us and the people of Chirundu, traveled to Japan. He was performing. He does cultural performances. So he traveled to Japan, and so we didn't have a person to translate. But then the good thing is I have a Tonga background. I'm not Tonga by tribe, but then I am very interested in learning languages. So I pretty much know the basics of that language. So if they're talking, I would get what they're saying. I can't speak it fluently, but I would understand what they were saying. I'll be like, oh, they need money, Oh no, they need water. Oh no, they need food. Oh no, they're saying they need to go because it's getting late and their husband's about to come back from the farms. So I would get that. And also I think we have, and the beauty about that Zambia is the diverse, we have so many tribes, but then there's always like a Bemba person in a group of 10. There's always like a Tonga person in a group of 10 people. There's always like maybe, a Chewa person in a group of 10 people. So remember where we were like 100. We had people that came from Lusaka were maybe say 50 plus, 53, 50, 56. Then the rest of them came from Chirundu. So among those 56 people, 5, 6 people were Tonga, Three people were probably nosy, so it was very easy for us to gel into each other. Zambia is a very friendly country. We're beautiful souls, and so we're just very easily influenced politically, but we're such lovely people. So it was very easy for us to jelly into this language and this language and this language, and then it was it made everything easy.
All right. Well, Eric, are you there? Do you have a question for Director Paul Wilo or Director J. Leo? Can you hear us? All right. Eric is having network issues apparently. So we've heard from
I have a question, if you can allow me, Dr. Tomlin.
Sure.
Can I go ahead?
Go. Yes, please. You have the
Okay.
virtual.
Yes. Actually, my first question is streamed from what our director here, Director Uche, has said. I think he has said something very powerful. The young lady in the video, I can't remember her name. I think she's Fulani, the one you're talking about. The one that
Sunshine.
is a big.
Yeah, the fair
Yes,
lady.
Sunshine. I think this to both Director Leo and Director Wilo. To me, what I would suggest is when you are making films like this, you should have a set contract of royalties and rights, because you are producing those people to become so big, and at the end of the day they become bigger than life, and then what do you have to show for? Nothing. So I think you should draft contracts such that when they yes, like this lady, now look at the difference between when that picture and this one looks like there is money here. So when you produce people like that, you should have rights into them. You should have proprietary right into them, so much that whatever they make, whoever they become, because it's you as the originator, 10% or 12% of their earnings still comes back to you. This happens here in America. That's why we have Sony. All these directors and big people like Clive Davis, whatever, they produce Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, what. Those people pay them for life. So I think you have to begin designing contracts like that so that you are remembered no matter what somebody becomes. And that money will now help you tap into more talent, help talent that otherwise was not supposed to be known, because you have extra money coming from these people. That was not my question, but it was a sidetrack just based on what you said about Sunshine. But my question was AI based. Like I said, Dr. Leo, I think tech. So AI has progressed. When it started as predictive AI. Then it went to what we call UEBA, which is User Entity Behavior Analytics. And now it has again moved. We are now into generative AI. So generative AI, it takes text-based systems and also image-based, and combine them together to make either things that are going to produce whatever you prompt it to produce, or maybe draw a picture, an art, image of anything you put it. And all that has been put together because the generative predictiveness of AI that are attached to the neural networks of AI that have transformers, that have backward propagation and deep thinking, deep machine learning, large language modules are helping to bring that out. So because of that, now with a prompt using the right AI tool, you directors can now have what we call agent or agentic AI, where you can go to the Fulani village and you are in your home, or you are in Belgium having coffee, Dr. Leo, but you are actually filming using AI, producing everything there in a place so that these dangerous situations, they can be mitigated using the predictive power of AI. All you need in AI is the digital pictures, digital images of that
Picture, yeah.
location, and now you take them and now you use them. I don't know, and then maybe to help cut down on cost. I don't know, how effective do you think, and this is to both directors, how effective do you think that can help? I'm not sure because I don't know much about the film industry.
Mr. Stephen Bando, you're talking to two directors who are adrenaline junkies, and they need that rush, right? Mr. Sugar Rush and Mr. Paul Willow. You need that rush, don't you? Tell us, would that work for you, Director Paul? We'll start with you.
It would work. It would work. Well, what we cannot rule out right now is that AI is here to stay. There's no running away from that. We would not going forward. It will even get worse than it is right now. You know, as much as we are trying to, I think there's no running away from technology. Technology is part and parcel of filmmaking. In one way or the other, everything we do is technical. It all goes back. For that movie to be exported, it needs to, go through the right the softwares and et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like we're open to that. We're open to that in terms of cutting down budget. That would work very, very well. But then I'm all about, going to the actual locations to film. I feel it's also one of the ways of empowering the people that live in that community. If it's not dangerous, like the ones that Director Uche went to, where I'm going to have a gun pointed at me. No, I wouldn't survive that trauma. But if it's a dangerous place like that, we're okay. Let's use AI, maybe take pictures and sort of like know how best that can be, displayed on screen. But if it's I know the places that are very far. For example, you're shooting in Intezitezi, like that place you mentioned. Intezitezi is very far from Lusaka and you don't have a proper budget. If you have somebody who can put in money into the AI arrangement and create a whole Itezitezi and it looks really real, it looks authentic, then good. But if we have a budget, let's go to Itezitezi and film so that people of Itezitezi can, see themselves and see their place in actuality when they watch the movie.
All right. Director J. Leah. You have the virtual chair.
Okay, AI has come to stay, and AI for me is looking a bit dangerous, especially to film sector. Not just film sector, almost every industry. AI, if you're not careful, you're not following AI, it might take over most of the things normal human beings are doing. But you see, the good thing I like about AI, even I've started making use of AI. If you take your time to watch this music video, you see we inculcated AI with live videos. So, but I prefer live. The children can actually, or viewers or people can actually look at something and say, people are actually looking out for AI videos and they can identify them and say, oh, this is AI generated. Oh, this is, everything here is AI. Those days we used to talk about animation, VFX and green screen, but now AI is almost trying to erase all of that, giving you very beautiful locations and all of that. But there's this feeling in people's mind like, it's not real, man. There was no serious effort. Yeah. That's why we still have to make sure we get things done the proper way. AI has its own benefits. There are places AI can come in, but not taking over the show. The moment AI takes over everything, trust me, everything we will do, even in our houses and all that, let AI deal with it. Let AI go and cook. Let AI go and, I hope we don't get to that level. So, but yeah, the both can work. American, Hollywood, they've been doing that for a very long time. They've been, most of the action films and all, like Transformers and the rest of them, they've been ahead of us at long time ago, doing all this stuff, AI, and now we are all getting to know about it. There, it's cheap, it's everywhere. People can access some of these softwares. So yeah, it's workable. But for me, I'd say 70% live reality, get these people to do it live, and 40% or 30% here.
Okay. Thank you, Director J. Leo and Director Paul S. Willow, for joining us today and for being a part of our challenge, our Battle of the Directors Challenge, East meets West. So the scoreboard currently stands at 1-1. So we have to make a decision. Will we break the tie or just let both directors walk off with the prize today? Both of you get the prize. I'll let Mr. Stephen Banda be the judge, the final judge for today. What decision do you have for us?
Thank you, Dr. Tomlin, and I want to thank you, gentlemen. I have realized that the synopsis of the African mind, much as it is in different continents, I mean, in different locations, thousands of miles from Nigeria, away from Zambia, your thinking is very organic. Your thinking has passion for the land, and your thinking has empathy for what generation you will leave behind and what you will leave behind, the quality content of what you leave behind. So to see that in my fellow African people, I must say that I am extremely proud, because the future of Africa is alive and well. And the future of Africa is going to rule the world, because we have, look at even the young William Wilkins Asikazwe, the enthusiasm that he has already to show up. Boys wants to play right now. He would rather be dancing somewhere, but the enthusiasm just to show up and be a part of this just shows that Africa has organic talent. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for your diverse but yet very congruent talent that you both have, and also for your humility to even underplay the potential impact that God has placed in your lives, and also for the dangers that you are faced doing this. I don't think people sign up to risk their life. People want to be free, but you have gone into the lion's den just to show people what's going on, in the world. I think that is very commendable. In the preamble from Mr. Wilo, he talked about falling and breaking his leg and all. All those, and you, Dr. Uche, having an AK. I can't imagine an AK in my head. That's something that I cannot even imagine. That alone, my goodness, I will faint. They will wake me up in the hospital. Of course, it's a scary thing. So because of your different experiences, and also the respect that you've shown each other, the value that you've given to this podcast. As an African man, I'm failing to say who's the best. I think you guys, you've got the best mind, such that if you collaborate, you're going to go very far. So to me, my judgment is that you both walk away with the prize, because you've both brought exceptional talent and gift. I rest there.
Yes, we have a decision. So, Battle of the Directors. It's a draw. The Nigerian director will get a prize this week. The Zambian director will also get a prize this week. Thank you both for sharing your wonderful experience, or not so wonderful experience, we should say, with us. And we invite our viewers back next week as we have our second challenge, and that's going to be Battle of the Directors. Who is able to work with the worst injury? It's called Injured in Action. Which
Wow.
director suffered the most serious injury while working on their film for Macmillion Movies? All right, so come back here next week. We want to maybe start at 12. Yeah, we'll start at 12 Central next week, so that's 7 p.m. Zambia time. If that's okay with Director Paul, we don't know what your schedule is like. Please let us know.
Time? Sorry.
Same time, 6 p.m. or would 7 p.m. work for you next week?
6 p.m. is good. 6 p.m. is good.
Okay, so same time, 11 Central, 6 p.m. Zambia time, 5 p.m. Nigeria time, right here on Macmillion Movies next week. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Peace and blessings.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was nice meeting you, Director Uche. Really, really, I've learned a lot from you.
Yes, same here. Same here.